Hey everyone, it's Kelsey. Welcome back to my channel. And today it is that time to do my 2024 award show. I really wanted to make this a little tradition. I had a lot of fun filming it last year. And yes, it was a Vlogmas special, but I didn't do Vlogmas this year. But I still want to do this video because I had fun doing it and it's nice to look back on it. I feel like an Oompa Loompa with these glasses, but I also somehow managed to get every single Christmas color going on. So go me. I think that is a triumph. Album of the year, American Dream by 21 Savage. Because I had that kind of on repeat. Did that come out this year? It did. I had that kind of on repeat for this whole year. I don't know why. I just was like really into it this year. I think like pretty much every song was a hit. It's kind of like no skips on that album for me personally. I really loved it, which is weird because I like rap as much as the next person, but I usually don't like get obsessed with a whole album like that. And I really liked that album. I think I would have to give it to that album. Best movie soundtrack. I feel like I did not watch a whole lot of movies this year. I'm gonna be real, but I think best movie soundtrack has to go to Wicked. Because I think that that movie and the soundtrack was really well done. As someone who has seen Wicked on Broadway, I think that all the actors in that movie did the characters and the songs justice, so I think they did a really good job with that. Best song of the year. This has to go to Pink Pony Club by Chaperone, or Chaperone. I always say it wrong and then I get crucified, but I was newly exposed to her this year, obviously. Good Luck Babe is good too. One of the two, but I think I'll give it to Pink Pony Club. I think like when I listen to that song in years in the future, I'm gonna think back to this year specifically. Best Artist of the Year. I think I'm also gonna give this to Chappell Rowan because she was a new artist that I discovered this year and I like every single song of hers. There are no skips, and I feel like, again, she's the most memorable artist of this year. When I look back on this year, I'll remember that I discovered her this year. When I listen to her stuff, I'm gonna think of 2024. Best concert. Okay, I only went to one concert this year. I went to the Iron Maiden concert, so that easily wins best concert. But I had a lot of fun at that concert. It was also a bucket list thing for me and my dad. He had always said ever since I was little that it was a dream of his to take his kids to an Iron Maiden concert one day because that is his favorite band. Well, it's kind of tied with AC/DC, but you know what I mean. Him getting to take me to that this year and me getting to go, it was a moment. It was a nice little bucket list moment for both of us. So that probably would have won best concert anyways, but it just happens to be the only concert that I went to this year. Best movie. Guys. Oh no. I'm gonna have to look back at the IMDb for this, and looking at a whole year's worth of IMDb, it's not fun. It's not ideal for me. I think I'd have to give it to Bad Boys, honestly. Because that is a movie that I rated the highest on IMDb this year. That was a new movie that I hadn't already seen, if that makes sense, because I don't want to pick something that I've already seen it when it was a rewatch, because obviously that's a favorite. That's kind of unfair. But I think it would have to be Bad Boys because I really enjoyed that movie and I was kind of surprised at myself that I hadn't watched it sooner. Best new TV show. So this is new to me or came out in 2024. Me watching it for the first time in 2024. Regardless though, I am gonna give this to Agatha All Along. Shocking to absolutely nobody because I love Marvel. I love Wanda specifically. I loved WandaVision, so this is kind of like the continuation of that. I love the magic users in the MCU. I have ranted about this if you're interested. In my reactions, go check those out. I had a lot of fun making those, but I just think this show was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with it. Most rewatched TV show. I had to make this a separate category last year because I do tend to rewatch a lot of TV shows. For me, this one would probably, at first I'm like, it might be a tie because 911 and Shameless, you know? Those were my two rewatched the most, but I would say I definitely watched more episodes of Shameless. I was back in my Shameless era this year. I was back in my Galovich era. I had a great time. I only ever made it to like I think season 5 when it was on, spoiler alert, I get to like when Mickey and Ian break up and then I'm like out. Like when I was watching it, I was like, now I'm out, I'm good. Because when I first started watching it, they were obviously like still doing episodes. So like some of it I was like watching it on YouTube like when it was coming out. And I remember watching that like the day after it came out when it was posted to YouTube. And then I kind of lost interest after that because I think Mickey is without a doubt easily the best character in Shameless. And I think it's very noticeable in the way that the show kept trying to write him off and the fans were like, no, and they kept having to bring him back because he just brought so much to the show. Like that character, that actor, it just, and like Ian and Mickey's relationship, like those are the highlights of the show for me. Obviously there's other good parts. I like the family dynamic, there's other good actors and everything. I'm just saying that I think when Mickey is gone, you notice that character's absence. So I kind of like wasn't interested in the rest of the seasons. And then I remember when season 9 came out, again, spoiler, I remember seeing the video on YouTube of when they reunite in prison and I was like, yes! And then I remember watching like some of the season 10 clips on YouTube as well. So I kind of like watched this year, like from season 1 to like around season 4 or season 5, but then it gets like so depressing. So then I kind of stopped and then I kind of jumped around into various episodes that I just like wanted to see. I know that's like weird, but since I know everything that happens, it wasn't like I was spoiling myself. But so that would be the most rewatched show for me because I spent like a solid like month and a half just like watching nothing but Shameless. Best new season of a TV show. For new season, I'm gonna give that to 911. That is kind of the only new season of a show that I really watched. I've kind of fallen behind in new seasons of shows. Season 7 is, I have a very polarized opinion of it. I also am just grateful that it's on a different network and it got picked up and didn't get canceled. So like, I'm happy. And season 8 was pretty good too. Again, I kind of have like differing opinions. I feel like they're still finding their footing. Obviously we've only seen half of the season. So I'm like, you know, some stuff I really liked, some stuff I didn't. Now, best actor. I feel like I need to give it to Oliver Stark just because of the level of obsession I reached this year was kind of unmatched. I'm always a little bit obsessed with 911, but it went to a whole new level this year. So I feel like for that reason. Best actress, I think it's a tie between Kathryn Hahn and Aubrey Plaza. But I think I need to give it, I love Aubrey Plaza, but I think I need to give it to Kathryn Hahn just because she was the title character in Agatha all along and her range is impressive. She does good comedic acting, she does good like dramatic acting, she can sing, like she can do it all. YouTuber of the year. I'm gonna give it to Tara Yummy because I got re-obsessed with her this year. I used to watch her way back when she lived in the trap house with like Sam, Colby, Corey, Jake, and I watched a lot of her videos this year. They brought me joy. They were funny, so I think I will give that to her this year. And on a similar note, for Vlogger of the Year, I'm going to give that to Jake Weber. Of course, trust me to get into both of them separately after they've broken up. Best podcast, I'm going to give this to the Dropouts podcast because this is the only podcast that I listened to this year. I don't really like podcasts, I'm gonna be honest. If I'm gonna listen to a podcast, I need to watch it. If I'm gonna I don't want to sit there and just listen to something because for me, like I can sit there and listen to music, but I'm usually like doing something else. But with a podcast, it's hard to do something else and actually listen to what they're saying. But I will sometimes like sit and like watch a podcast like on YouTube. Best book of the year. Okay, so I'm gonna give this to Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. And I just love the Shadowhunter world. Like, I just eat it up. Honestly, like, it could go on forever and I wouldn't be mad. I am very behind. I have a lot of books to catch up on. Well, I had a lot of fun, especially with this book too. I buddy read it with my sister. I know I said this last year about, I think Kingdom of the Feared was the one I picked, but we buddy read this one this year. And again, that was a really fun experience. It was nice to be back in my Cassandra Clare era, honestly. And even though this book is like really long, it's like over 500 pages, I finished it really fast. I think it took me like 2 or 3 days to finish this book, which is pretty impressive. Best trip. Listen, I only went on one actual like plane trip this year. I did go to Tampa again to visit my sister and Justin to celebrate their engagement. So if you're talking trip like that, it would be that trip. But if we're talking like just outing, I would say my Salem outing this year was really fun. Me and my friend Jenna went to Salem during the off season, which was really cool because it was less crowded and we got to just explore in a more low-key way. And that was just a really, really good, really fun day. Favorite month of 2024 for me was easily October. I love Halloween. I did a lot of spooky things this year. I got to dress up, I got to go out, went to a pumpkin patch with my friends. It was an all-around good time. I soaked up the spooky season. I celebrated the heck out of Halloween. But I could celebrate Halloween every month for my entire life and never get sick of it, and I kind of do, to be fair. Best new experience. Oh, Topgolf, easily for this one. Topgolf was so much fun. So much fun. Me and my friend Tori went like a bunch of times, and then I also went for my birthday, which was fun to go at night. But I had a lot of fun. I'd never really golfed before other than like mini golf, and I know this technically is not golf, it's like more like a driving range, but it's like a game. But I have so much fun there. It's like so nice. You just get drinks and get food, just go with some friends and like play a nice game. I think it's a really fun experience. I'll definitely want to go next year. And I'm surprisingly decent at golf, at least in the Topgolf sphere. I don't know what that says for me outside of the Topgolf sphere. Most valuable lesson, oh, getting deep here. Okay, most valuable lesson of 2024 is going to be a little of an explanation, because I feel like 2024, if you've been watching my channel, you've heard me talk about it. It's kind of a complicated year for me. It started off not good, and then it got so much better towards the like middle and end. But I will say, I think the most valuable experience I learned is that you just need to act in ways that you feel good about in any situation you're in. Like, you can't control what other people do, and you can't control the things that happen to you or how people treat you, but you can control how you act. And I can genuinely look back at every experience in 2024, even the bad stuff, and say I acted with class, I acted with decorum. I can look myself in the mirror and say I would not have changed anything about the way I acted. I'm proud of the way I acted, and there's something to be said for that. And I think as long as in every situation you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I acted the way I wanted to, I acted in line with my value system, and that's that. Like, you can't control how people are going to respond to that, but as long as you are okay with the way you conducted yourself, I think that goes a long way, especially with making peace with yourself with things that happen. And for me, that was definitely a big thing that helped me with some of the stuff that happened. Yeah, I think that would be the most important lesson that I learned this year, because it kind of helped me kind of care less what other people are doing and what other people think of me. As long as I'm happy and as long as I am okay with my actions and my behaviors, that's all I can control. Favorite couple. Ooh. The ship I got the most obsessed with this year was Buddy, which is Buck and Eddie from 911. If you have watched my channel this year, if you've watched any of my 911 videos, and honestly probably some random other videos, they're sprinkled in there, and I will delusionally believe that they will become canon until the end. Like, the show could be canceled and I would be like, no, you don't understand. This is our season. This is our year. But I really do think this is our season. Favorite piece of clothing that I bought this year, which I had this section last year and I kind of think it's a fun section. Easily for me, my Evan Buckley shirt. I got it from Etsy and I picked all the pictures myself. I picked the colors, like I picked the font, and it came out really awesome. It's my baby. I love it. I love wearing it. Oh, my celebrity crush of the year. Oh my god. This is tough because last year was Matt Sturniolo, and it kind of was a Matt Sturniolo for the beginning of the year, but I feel like I'm not as heavily into my Sturniolo era as I was last year. It's really not this serious. Like, it truly is not. I think it would probably still be Matt Sturniolo though. Or Oliver Stark. I do love Oliver Stark. Favorite female celebrity. I think Aubrey Plaza for me, because I love her. My love for her was reignited watching Agatha All Along, so I think I have to give this to her for this year. Best dramatic moment of the year. Y'all. Easily, the Elton and Corey situation. If you don't watch TFIL, you don't know what I'm talking about. This is like, I forget, Elton Casti, is that his last name? And then Corey Shearer. They have been friends for years. Like, you know, everybody knows Sam and Colby, I'm assuming. So back in the Trap House days, those were their roommates. So they have been friends, what is that, like 10 plus years? It's been like 10 years. And this year they got in a massive fight. Very public friendship breakup. But I was sad for the tea. I was in shock because I really thought these two were gonna be friends forever. I had no idea that all of this stuff was going on behind the scenes, like to this level. So it was shocking for me. I was gagged to learn some of the stuff that I did about what happened. Like, also Elton posted what, like his explanation video where he like pulled out all the receipts was like an hour long. Like, you best believe that I sat for that whole thing. Of course I did. I hate saying best because this was a sad dramatic moment, okay? I was sad for them. I'm sad that this turned into this, but the tea was scolding. And I should say this was just the moment that had me the most shocked. This was not on my 2024 bingo card. It was not on my bingo card for any year. I never thought this friendship would ever split up. I thought Elton and Corey were on lock, soulmate besties for the resties, kind of like Sam and Colby. Like, I would be just as shocked if Sam and Colby were to have a breakup as well. Bess just feels insensitive in this situation because I'm a child of divorce. That's what it feels like. Those are my awards. Let me know if you guys think there's any like other sections you want me to add, like if you have award suggestions, like something you want to see me award something to, like a category, let me know. Maybe I'll add it for next year. I like to make this video like a little tradition, like I said in the beginning, because I just think it's fun. Let me know if you agree with what I picked or if you disagree. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up down below. Be sure to subscribe for more content. It makes me very happy, helps my channel out a lot. I'm also almost to 1K subscribers, which is the best Christmas present I could ever ask for. Thank you guys so much. Love you all, and I'll see you guys on Friday with another video. Later, gators. Bye.